Welcome into TalkFCB and welcome back here to another news roundup on the channel today. Some interesting topics. We do have a discussion and it is going to be something different today. It's not Neymar, it's something else. Starting here with Lionel Messi and his Copa América campaign so far, which still, with Argentina, hasn't got going. Yet more disappointment for them last night. We're going to be dissecting that game and looking at again where it went wrong for Argentina. We're also going to be discussing the latest on Matthijs de Ligt. We haven't heard an awful lot coming out in the past few days about that one. We're going to be discussing what's going on right now, and we're also going to be discussing some outgoings at Barcelona with regard to André Gomes, Rafinha and Denis Suárez. All of that and some more. It's coming right up. Let's do this. But first and foremost, we do have to start with that Lionel Messi Copa America campaign, which once again last night, it was more frustration, it was more pain, it was more anger watching Argentina out there on the field. It finished Argentina 1, Paraguay 1, and still Argentina after 2 games there with just 1 point and no wins to their name, and massive pressure on them now going into the last game. But even last night, they were actually lucky to come away from that game with just the 1 point. It was really, really poor from them again. They started, they came out, they were okay, they looked quite calm, they were passing the ball around, they seemed to have control first 15 minutes or so, but after that, they failed to create anything of note during the game. They didn't really dominate in large periods, and they never really looked in control. And again, it all goes back to that first goal they conceded. The way, once again, they went behind in a game, and as soon as that happened, once again last night with Paraguay, they took the lead, and Argentina immediately then, the heads go down, they're not confident, they don't believe they can get back in the game, and suddenly it was a downhill spiral from there. The drive wasn't there, the determination wasn't there to turn that game around, and they never ever looked like coming back into that and actually winning the game. And like I say, in the end, that draw there, the point they took from this game, it could be very important, and it was certainly very, very fortunate. Messi, of course, got his first goal of the campaign. He tucked away the equalising penalty from Argentina, and that penalty there was under big pressure, and Messi sticking that away in the bottom corner. But then just minutes after that penalty there for Argentina, it was yet more drama when Paraguay actually had the golden opportunity there to win the game, take the game and possibly the tournament away from Argentina. But thankfully, for their sake, it was a woeful spot kick from Gonzalez, which was just about saved the best thing he did all game from Armani. But again, it's not good enough. From Argentina, time and time again, they just don't seem to come together as a team, as a unit, really organised. They never ever look organised out on the field, from the defence to the midfield to the attack. It's so disjointed, and you will not see another tactically dreadful team, a sluggish side like Argentina anywhere, not throughout Copa America, not throughout club football. This is a team right here that have good individuals, they do have some good players, they have the best player in the world, and still, on the pitch, they just cannot come together and actually get the best there out of Messi. You see him in situations where he has the ball, and the Argentina players, they almost seem to be so scared of actually making a mistake. They actually try and run away from the ball. They run away from Messi, and what they're doing then, they're not giving him options. All they're doing is isolating him time and time again, whether it's from deep, whether it's Messi in the final third. He's surrounded by players from the opposition, and he doesn't have one possible option from his own team making an angle, making a run, coming short, going into space. They all just stand there like rabbits in headlights. They don't know what to do, they don't know what they're supposed to be doing, they seem to forget the game plan, and suddenly it's Messi against the rest there of the opposition, and time again, Argentina are falling short. And like I say, that last game in the group, that is massive. Qatar, Argentina, that is a massively high-pressured game, and Argentina, they really have to win. I said in this game against Paraguay, they had to win that, they didn't. Now, they really do have to. If they don't beat Qatar, it is pretty much game over for them at Copa America, and if they do win, they still, though, could be on their way to the knockout stages, and that in itself is absolutely incredible, because Argentina, once again, at major tournaments, they have a knack, don't they, of coming into these kind of games, coming into these tournaments, and they never get going. They always make it so difficult for themselves. They scrape through their games, they scrape through their group, and that means then, they get into the knockout stage. Are they confident? No. Do they have any momentum? No. They just get there, they've scraped their way there, and hopefully, in this occasion, Argentina can at least win that last game against Qatar, finally get a win on the board. But like I said in this game, all about that first goal. Against Qatar, Argentina have to score first. If they don't score first, once again, I don't see the win in the game. They have to win it, and for that reason, they've got to take the lead. They will be under almighty pressure. But now onto the transfer front in terms of incomings and also outgoings, of course, starting here with Matthijs de Ligt. And I just want to clarify on this particular situation, because you may have heard over the past few days from various reports really that Matthijs de Ligt has decided to join PSG and that he's rejected Barcelona's offer. There's been a few reports that have come out and said, look, de Ligt has made up his mind, he's told Barcelona he won't be joining them, he is going to France. And I just want to say right here and now, as of this moment, that is factually incorrect, completely unreliable, and that is not the situation, because de Ligt, at the end of the transfer window, midway through the transfer window, he may indeed end up joining PSG, but at this very moment in time, he has not decided. He has not made his own decision. As of right now, he's not rejected anything, he hasn't said no to Barcelona, he's still on his holidays, he's still deciding. In fact, the only thing right now pointing to PSG is his agent, the greedy man, Mino Raiola. He's the only person right now who wants de Ligt to join PSG. De Ligt's family have all come out and they've said, look, we actually want him to go there and join Barcelona, but it's all about his own decision. Raiola wants him to join PSG, that would be his preference, but de Ligt is still on holiday and still has not made up his mind. He's not said no to Barca, he's not said yes to PSG, it's still in the balance, and those reports saying everything is done are far wide of the mark right now. But of course, it could still happen, and for that reason, we are still waiting on the final decision and the final word there from the only man in all this that matters, Matthijs de Ligt himself. But now if we move on to some more concrete information on the transfer front, starting here with André Gomes, of course, who's been widely linked right throughout this transfer window so far with a move to the Premier League. According to several reports, Everton, of course, were the front runners, having had him on loan for the last season. He did impress there. He really did go down well with the fans there on Merseyside, but at the same time, West Ham made a bid which was rejected by Barcelona. There was also reported interest from Arsenal, maybe even Tottenham, and certainly there several Premier League clubs were interested in signing André Gomes this summer, and that's why for me it's actually quite disappointing that according to many reliable sources, widespread media right now, the deal is done. André Gomes will be joining Everton. That's not the disappointing part, but the disappointing part in my mind is the fact that it'll only be for 25 million euros. That's it. That's the only amount there that we're getting for Gomes, 25 million euros. And for me, that's not enough. A man there who had a brilliant season, a fantastic debut campaign in the Premier League there last season with Everton. They are of course very keen to sign him. West Ham wanted him, like I say. There were several clubs there in the so-called richest league in the world, and still all we're getting is 25 million euros. Back in 2016, we paid 35 million to Valencia, plus a possible 20 million in add-ons for André Gomes, and all we're getting back, 25 million. That's not enough. We're not selling players to the maximum of their value. Just like we're doing probably with Jasper Cillessen, we're not getting enough here for the players that we desperately need to sell at the maximum amount to actually get in the funds that we need this summer. And also, you look across at our La Liga rivals, you look at Real Madrid, they're selling Marcos Llorente, a young player, an exciting talent, but still, he's done nothing to be proven at this level right now. He hasn't done anything really, anything more than Gomes has, yet they're managing to sell him to their arch rivals, Atletico Madrid, for 40 million euros. Marcos Llorente, 40 million to Atletico. André Gomes, according to reliable sources, 25 million to Everton. Also, the latest right now on Rafinha Alcantara having officially received the medical green light after his latest serious injury that he missed most of the last season, of course, with that injury. He is now fully fit though. Rafinha is fully fit and ready to kickstart his career once again, but will that be at Barcelona or will that be elsewhere? And he is expected to try and move on this summer. Over the past few days, he has been heavily linked with a move to Valencia this summer. They're reportedly interested in several of our players this summer. However, MD have come out this morning stating that Valencia's interest right now has actually cooled in Rafinha himself, simply because they were hoping that Barcelona would actually lower the demands for the player, because right now Barcelona are asking for 15 million euros for Rafinha, and I actually agree that Barcelona are not willing on this occasion to budge on that. Valencia now are not happy with that. They want to pay less than that for Rafinha, and they say they're now going to look at some other alternatives in that midfield area. So it remains to be seen whether we're going to get rid of Rafinha, whether they're going to be able to offload him, maybe to Valencia, maybe elsewhere, but 15 million euros is reportedly there, what we're looking for from Rafinha this summer. And finally, another midfielder here that is also on Valencia's radar this summer is another Barcelona man, Denis Suárez, who's also expected to leave on a permanent deal this summer. Marcelino, their coach, of course, is believed to be more than keen on Denis Suárez this summer, and actually more keen there on signing Denis than he is Rafinha at the moment, with a fee of 15 to 18 million euros right now being reported in the local media. As of right now, though, no agreement has taken place between Valencia and Barcelona. It's still just initial talks. There's nothing nothing actually firm and on the table, but 15 to 18 million is likely what we're going to be looking for Denis Suárez. But as of right now, like I say, there's no agreement in place. The only solid agreement right now is André Gomes, most likely imminently going to move to Everton for 25 million euros. But as of this moment, we haven't really done anything. We haven't really struck any deals either for incomings or for outgoings. And for me, that is a club in a big moment, in a big situation this summer where we had to do something. We had to really make some serious change to the squad. It's not good enough. We're nearly into July now. We're moving into a crucial period of the summer, moving into July, and we haven't done anything of note. And you can see quite clearly, you look very much close to home, like Real Madrid, for example. They're out there, they're signing players, they're also selling players, they're getting some good fees in, they're progressing really nicely, they're getting their squad ready, they're getting their squad shaped and confirmed well before their pre-season period. But with us, there's so much still to decide, and believe me, July is going to have to be crazy. July is going to have to be absolutely mental on the incomings, on the outgoings, because we need to do something. We still need to do some serious work to this squad, both in terms of getting players out, in terms of trimming that dead wood from the squad, but also, of course, bringing in some major reinforcements to this team. We have to act now. We have to see some solid progress being made, because Barcelona have not done enough so far this transfer window, and we cannot afford to stand still, or even worse, go backwards under Valverde and this board. We need to see some action, and hopefully in the coming days and weeks we will start to see some light at the end of the tunnel. But as of this moment, we are still waiting. So please leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What did you think of Argentina's performance against Paraguay at Copa America last night? And of course, what do you think of the De Ligt situation? And also, those players who may be leaving Barcelona this summer. André Gomes, what do you think of that fee? Denis Suárez, Rafinha? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, I'll be back very soon with some more videos. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.